Okay, so this is where we left off. We've got all this track in here still to put away. Our intent is to get that into these drawers there. Then we also have all of these trains over here that we need to organise and figure out where we're going to put, and some additional little accessories on the top here too. So we're gonna make a start on that and see how we get on. Okay, so we've got the first drawer here. Now we've got 8 drawers. Question is, what do we put in what drawer? Top drawers are going to be the easiest to reach when we're building versus the bottom drawers, but the bottom drawers are probably going to be better from weight. So I think the big bends are probably better off in a bottom drawer, and perhaps the straights, they also would be better in a bottom drawer, and then working way up from there would help keep the weight at the bottom of the cabinet. Let me know in the comments what you think and the best way you would organise the drawers. Okay, so still a little bit left to sort out. We've kind of gone through the last few bits here that we've got. So it's all our buffers and ramps, trees, cargo, wooden animals, people, accessories. We need to go back through this bag, sort out the trains. Similarly, we need to sort through this box, this box, this box, and all of this as well. Most of this is now vehicles, helicopters. We also have this box down here that needs sorting, and also we need to just finish off sorting the rest of those bits. But we pretty much have everything in the drawers done. We currently have one empty, so hopefully once we get this all sorted, that will all go in there. But changes, additions, we've got all our small bends here, our double track bends. Wasn't sure whether to keep double track together or put that with these bends. Let me know what you think on that. Like any thoughts that you have on the way we've organised this, let us know, and we can obviously respond to those in the comments. Then we've got our short switches here, our O and P switches here. Then we've put underneath here is again the E1 curve, so we've got the larger curves and the short curves. These are like 2 of these, and these are 4 of these. And then we just put in our short mini straights and male and female straights in there. Then this one here is sort of a bit of a mix match. We've got all our road straights, road curves, the plastic crossings. Then we've also got some of the wooden crossings, wooden turntables. We've got a little engine shed there, humpback bridge, a couple more crossings, all the on ramps and such. We also have the auto start and stops and the little mini straight with the bell. Next, so these are more of our large E bends switches. This side is mostly sort of related to the bends. So we've got our larger switches along here, the mechanical switches at the back, a couple of the parallel switches there. Then we've got the older style splitter tracks, the 3-way ones there. Then we've got the one that comes from the plastic version, one of these, 3-way parallel, 5-way, and the X or the star switches. Then got our T's, and again double track, but it's the crossover double track, so I generally keep that with the T's rather than putting that with the straights. Then we've got the H3s, H2s, H1s, and the H's, I believe, so that's sort of the H corner. I think I've got that around the right way. And then bottom drawer is a lot of bends. Probably need to scale this down a little bit. Certainly these ones, I think there's probably more up there that need filing away as well. So we'll probably have a weed through and list some of those that we no longer need. This one here, so this is all our straights. Now there's plenty of room in this drawer, but I was sort of worried a bit of weight. Both of these two drawers are going to be pretty heavy. There's a lot of stuff in these, so this is 2 curves high, so that's effectively 6 rows and a bit. This one's only 1 high, and in the box we did have the ascending straights. We've separated those straights, so we've just got our medium, short and long. Probably should have done short, medium, long, might change that. In here then we've got our ascending straights, ascending curves, and then the monorail stuff, we kind of put this all in here together. We've got the 2 ascending ones there, which is kind of what made me think of it. And then we've got our supports that go with that, and then the supports tie in with the next drawer. Obviously the bends are there. It's a slightly different bend on the monorail bend to the rest of it. But yeah, that's kind of what we were thinking, and use one of these IKEA storage bins to separate that and keep it separate. So we're looking to pick up more of this, so keeping that track separate is probably useful. And then lastly, this one, which is all our supports. So these are all our grey rock supports. When we was putting them all in, we was like, this is going to fit perfectly. And then we found one more. Never mind. All of our green stacking supports in here, and then the classic wooden stacking supports in there. Super supports, red and greens, and then the incremental risers that we've got at the back there. And then, as we say, one drawer still empty as we figure out what we're going to do with the rest of these pieces. Okay, so that is all those last bits all unboxed and bagged. So we have a load more pens which we need to file in the drawer. We've got a few more sort of short pens, including this one, which is our son's favourite piece with the horseshoes. Loves horses. Couple more longs, couple more mediums, one more mechanical, a couple of short E1 curves there as well. That's all the bits of track. Then we've got a pile of signs, horse jumps with the actual jumps, a couple of logs which I think go in one of the log crate wagons that we've got. We still got to find somewhere to put all these girder style supports. We've got the fences there, a lot of luggage. That's all the plastic horses with their covers, the traffic light, a couple of wooden road signs. That's all the wooden animals that we have. A couple of the pig from the advent calendar and the moose. And that's the classic moose. This is the new version. Then we've got ramps. We've got a lot of ramps. Advent calendars, I think a lot of those ramps have come from. Metro stations, buffers there, a couple more mini straights and bits there. We've got some more buffers, different styles, some older ones, some newer ones. We've got the ramps, 3 of now, those ramps, which came with the car and loading. These are some accessories that go with some of these pieces up here. So we've got some bits for the farm, for the police station. So they're all the sort of track accessories, so we'll file those over with those. Talking of farm, that's the wheelbarrow that comes with the farm. A couple of fires with the fire station, reefs and rings. So we've got, I think, some Christmas reefs, and also that's the life ring that came with the harbour crane, which you can see up in the back corner up there. Then coming back, we have 2 groups of people there. We've got our metro station tickets, sort of a new and an older one. One of the gold bricks, one of the ice and one of the snow. I'm pretty sure we've got more gold bricks somewhere, so we need to speak to our son and find out where those gold cargo bricks have gone. They could well be hiding on... Are they in a cargo? They're not in the freight ship, so they're somewhere. We've got a number of those, so not exactly sure where they are hiding yet, but they will appear. These are all the wooden cargo blocks, all the wooden trees, the sort of engine pieces that came out of those freights, wooden people, the metro maps, the little empty containers that the wooden cargo bricks fit into, and then a couple of accessories, a little pedestal there, which I think, if memory serves, was with this one, and then we had one of the lollipops that I think came from this year's advent calendar, and one came from, I think it was in one of the individual figure packs came with that. So that is everything. Now we're gonna put it all away. Okay, last drawer done. So all the play people, all our animals, all the cargo, bag with all the fences, stacking supports. These are our trees, our benches and steps. These are just more the accessories, random pieces of accessories, a couple of the older wooden pieces there. These are signs, the metro sign and such. Then we've got all the ramps and all the buffers. So surprisingly, it all fit. We do still have a few bits. So I think some of these wooden signs we will likely, certainly these older pieces, I think we will keep up there as they're more likely to get broken. So we'll keep them up out of the way. Okay, so time to sort through all the trains. So in here is all of our trains. We're going to try and sort through all of them, showcase all the different trains that we've got, and then figure out some kind of storage solution for them. For the time being, we're probably going to look to put them down on this shelf in an easy accessible way. Eventually, we want to create a shelf on this wall here, so we've left this whole wall exposed here, that should fit nicely behind the door, and the intention is that we'll have track running like shelves with all of our trains on there. So let's start and see what we've got in the boxes, get them organised by type, group them all together, and then we can figure out the best way to store them from there.
Okay, so here we are unboxing and organising all of our trains. Now, when we filmed this, it took about 40 minutes in total, and we've condensed this down into a 30-second time lapse to keep the total length of this video somewhat reasonable. However, if you're interested and want to see the full unedited version of this, drop us a train emoji in the comments below, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel and we'll post it later on.
Now we're going to try and figure out where we're going to put them all. As we've mentioned, we are planning on building a shelf to put all the way down from the floor to the ceiling to house all of our trains, but looking at it, I'm not sure it's going to be big enough. So for the meantime, I think we need to try and find some other homes for them. So let's try and put some of these away, starting with some of the helicopters and the ships. So I think the helicopters probably makes sense to keep those maybe over here with the parking garage, as we've got the helipad there. So we'll keep those on there. I think that will work fine. Then we have our aeroplane flying across the room. Maybe that should park on top of our roundhouse for now. Freight ships. So we've just got the 2 freight ships here. So these perhaps we can just put up on the top here. We used to keep them in the tunnels when they were in the boxes, so maybe that makes sense to do that. The 2 red freight ships in the red tunnels. They do a blue version of this ship, and we've got a blue tunnel here, so if we get the blue ship, we can put it in the blue tunnel. Let's move the stairs here. I think the stairs, maybe we should put this in with the accessories, or keep it with the train. Do we put it in this drawer? Here where all our accessories are? Maybe that would make sense to keep it in there. Put it in there for now. Or maybe we should put it with the monorail. We've got all our monorail bits all down in here. So maybe that makes sense to keep that with that. Likewise, perhaps we should also move the monorail train and bring that and keep that down in there. Then that keeps all of the sort of monorail bits together. So I think that some of the sort of bigger, longer trains here, probably useful to keep those in this green box for the time being. So let's start moving some of those across. Okay, so I think that's probably all of those trains there, so you can see all of them. Pop the lid back onto that one. Need to come up with a better solution than that, but at least for now that keeps that away, and then just slide that down under there. So then we've kind of got battery trains all here. These are all the battery trains that we have. Then we've got the sort of what's left, if you like. Those on freewheel, some aren't. Right. So I think probably the next thing is see if we have a box that we can put some things into. Okay, so I think that's our, at least for now, that's all our battery trains in there. And we have, say, cargo trains here. We've got some more cargo here, so maybe we should amalgamate these probably into one box. That would make sense. Right, I think this carriage we'll probably put in with the caboose into there with the metro. Caboose is an odd one because it doesn't carry cargo. It's an interesting story about cabooses and their where they origins came from, but it doesn't really carry cargo. So obviously it's not a train, it doesn't carry passengers, so it's kind of on its own. It's a little bit like these ones, but these ones I think are meant to depict the cargo they're carrying. So I think we'll put that one in with that there, just because that's more of that type. I'm probably going to separate out this one that's missing its wagon, and this one which was the classic one, and we'll pop that up on the top shelf with some of the other classic bits. But that gives you an overview of the different the wagons there that we have. So 3 of the red tipping, it's like 5 of the green, 4 of the yellow. Then we've got the bananas, pears, second banana, apples. That one looks like it's characters, and then this one here is the lights and sound one. And then all of our 2-pin cargo wagons there, along with this one that we recently acquired, and the gas one, where the gas revolves round. Interestingly, that one's on a much shorter wheelbase than all the others, but that spins when it turns. So I'm going to put all of these into here. So trying to keep these sort of together but separated, so when we're building tracks and we want a specific type of carriage, it's easy to get to. Okay, so we have a clear worktop. We've got trains all put away, but this is one corner that we haven't yet sorted. So we're going to pull these bits out now and just run through what we have here. So these are part of the BRIO Village, along with this box here. So this is all our village. Now all the village sets that we have are in this box and they're all flat packed, but we also have characters, vehicles and accessories that we want to combine with all of our characters and accessories in here, rather than keeping them separate in that section. Now down here, what we have left, this is the lift and load warehouse. Now we have got all the bits for creating this set. So we've got the curved pieces. We've also got the supports, as well as all the track. However, when we purchased this, and we did buy it second hand, there was a hole in the packaging, and unfortunately what happened was there is a short little bit of track that fits in here, and without that piece of track you could move this and set it at different heights, but we need that bit of track because that has the male connection on it that you need to then build the curves and everything else from it, and as such, without it we can't actually use this piece. Now it's a real shame, to throw it away for one little piece, but we can't buy the piece as an accessory, so we've sort of started looking into whether or not we can have it 3D printed, and speaking to the BRIO community about that, and hopefully someone will be able to help us out that has one that can perhaps model it so that we can get a piece so that we can actually use this set. But that's why it's so dusty. It's just sort of been in storage for almost a year now, I think. Yeah, so hopefully at some point we'll be able to get that and bring that to you. But for now, that's just going to sit down under here. This is a BRIO Thomas Island of Sodor playmat, and you can sort of see that that's the pieces that it suggests that you can use to create the layout that's featured in there. It's something that we've never really had the space to try, so hopefully with the new table set up in here we will, and we'll be able to get that out and show that playmat. BRIO still make playmats. I don't think they do the Thomas version anymore, but they certainly do playmats. And then yeah, this was the last piece that's sort of under here. This is these Thomas Railway. It's not BRIO learning curve by the looks of it. We generally try to stick to all BRIO track. We haven't sort of ventured into anyone else's track systems, but that's still brand new in a box, so we haven't decided what we're going to do with that. If you want to see that piece, let us know in the comments, and we'll endeavour to get it out and show it, and maybe feature it on its own thing. And then I guess these ones here we've sort of featured on the channel a few times now. These are the Toy 2 track connectors, so they connect onto Duplo and allow you to elevate your tracks up in the air. We've got a couple of boxes that the guys have sent us very kindly, but yeah, so they connect onto those blocks. This is actually the new
ones that they've sent that we need to create a video on and show those built, so you can make some really interesting tracks with them. Use, if you don't have any ascending straights, then you can use these track connectors and just regular straight pieces to do inclines. So we'll now we've got this space, we will get those out and we'll do a full video on those track connectors too. But for now, let's get back to the village. So, singing stage. This here is the playground set, so swing and seesaw. And in here is everything else. So we have all of the village sets. So we'll link up the top a video that shows us building and unboxing all of those sets. We're not going to get everything out today, but what we are looking for, it's all panels, that's all pillars, these are all the roof sections here. Is this box that we have right in the bottom here. So that's what we're after. Now let's carefully put everything back. Right, so let's have a look at what we have in here. Okay, so a couple of pieces that need to go back in the box there, on the sides. So these are all the village accessories, but we kind of felt now we've got a bit more space to organise everything, we would pull some of these out and better utilise them in some of the other layouts. So here we have all the different village characters. We did a video a little while ago as well. We do like the village range. It was, I think, short-lived, but a good idea nonetheless. And yeah, it's a shame that they sort of stopped it, especially with seeing some of the pieces that they had in the pipeline to come out. Yeah, a real shame really. That sort of stopped before it had peaked, in our opinion. But we did do a video showing 10 secrets, as we called it, of the village range. So some fun things that we discovered with the village series. So we'll link that up the top as well, so you can have a look at that if you're interested. So we've got several blocks here. Now a lot of the village blocks, you'll notice they don't have the magnets in the top. So if we pull out, say, one of these regular cargo blocks, they'll have the holes in them, so they do fit on the wagons, but don't have the magnets like the train cargo. So we have lots of different types here. Cooking ones there, that's from the ice cream shop. Fruit and veg, the market. Speakers from the singing stage. And then various sort of cooking accessories from the summer house and the family house, ice cream shop, and then the blocks there from the school. So yeah, that's the cargo blocks there. We've got 3 different tables, a bed, some different chairs there, toilets. These were steps to get into the buildings, a couple of benches. As we said, they're the panels that clipped onto the roofs, and then as part of the summer house we had this car which came with the boat and the boat carriage. So I'm going to amalgamate this now into our collection. And then we have the car and the boat. Now I
think we should probably put these down here with all the vehicles. So we'll put the car, the carriage and the boat in under there. And then these ones we will put away with the village.
And of course, it wouldn't be our train room without our classic green felt table topper. We're looking forward to bringing you even more track layouts over the coming weeks and months, along with more unboxings and room updates along the way. This dedicated space has already allowed us to create some great new larger layouts, the first of which you will see next time. It's also given us more time to try new things. We're hoping to bring you something in a few weeks that we've spent the last week or so building. Until then, seeing as you've made it this far, why not try one of these other videos whilst you're waiting? And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss any more BRIO content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.